Okay, dude, I was so distracted that I recorded a whole video, and my mic was muted, and I was distracted because my cat was up here. My cat is literally biting on the keyboards. I'm trying to do this video, and I just can't. And every time I take her off, she jumps back on. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Why? Do you hate me? What's going on?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right. Listen here, Mikasa, okay? If you're gonna disrupt, you're gonna have to make some. You gotta make us some money, okay? You gotta no. If you're gonna disrupt, you gotta make us some money. Hey guys, please like this video and comment. Comment this video. Look at this cute cat. Look at her. Look at her. Now comment, like this video and comment and subscribe and do that too. Look, help the algorithm because of this cute cat. All right, that's the only way you can stay up here, okay? That's how you. That's how you contribute, all right? If you want some more cat treats, that's how you contribute. All right, anyways, so I want to take a look at this video. I can't even act like I haven't seen it because I have now because I just reacted to it and my mic was muted. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to what Jokic has to say. I'll try to remember everything I said before. Good God.
First was me and actually first was me and Gary Harris, then me and Jamal, then we had the group and Jameer Nelson was here, Wilson Chandler, and those guys. You need to, I think we need to. Well, first of all, you need to learn how to play, and then when you get the core, then we had Mike, then we had AG, and then we had Casey. You're just adding players.
So basically, he's just saying that hey, it takes some time, right?
That know how to play and know where to be, and then you need to experience like 2-3 years together, just to learn how to play with each other. Then you're gonna learn your teammates, where you're gonna kind of read his steps, how he's gonna go. If you go left hand, if you go right hand, it's everything. Seems like I think I know like what all they're gonna do in certain spots on the floor.
All right, so there you go. So basically all he was saying is that you have to learn each other's tendencies and it takes time. One thing that really frustrates me when I'm listening to some of the it's a group of Spurs. I want to say small, but it's actually a big enough chunk of the fan base to really be irritating. Is people that say that the Spurs have been rebuilding for X amount of years. They've been rebuilding for 4 years, 5 years. When is it going to happen? And it's like, have you been paying attention? And guys, I've been online, okay? I've seen the discourse for many a years. I have an Instagram page, Spurs Instagram page that's fairly popular, right? Like it's pretty decent in size. And I see all of the discourse that happens. And I remember back then, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, people were upset because the Spurs weren't rebuilding. People were upset because they weren't rebuilding. I don't know what just happened. Things just froze for a minute. But they weren't rebuilding. Like, that's what I recall. People were just like, oh, why don't you go ahead and rebuild? What's taking so long? This is just a mediocre team. Which, in hindsight, I understand. I respect that. I get that viewpoint. But now that the rebuild's actually happening and the Spurs look bad, now all of a sudden they've been rebuilding for X amount of years. You leave it to a Spurs fan to convince you that they've been rebuilding since 1976. Like it's crazy. Like, no, that is not the case. And I think I understand to a degree why people are so hesitant and so vigilant when it comes to this process. Is because number one, you don't want to lose Wemby. And I get that. A lot of people don't want to lose Wemby. They think about the Kawhi Leonard situation and they're like, I don't want to lose Kawhi. I don't want to lose another Kawhi. But the thing with Kawhi was there was no convincing him to stay, right? Like, I think maybe if he would have actually had that conversation with Pop in which they were supposed to meet up, but I think Kawhi Leonard's uncle was there instead and kind of did all the talking. But maybe if he would have had that one-on-one with Kawhi, things would have been a little different. But guys, I don't think Kawhi was going to stay. And unfortunately, you're kind of seeing the consequences of that now. I'm not sitting here to blame it all on him, but I do think that the Spurs would have slowed things down as far as what he has in his knee, like that issue that he's having, where when he gets too many minutes in a game, he just becomes a guy. And right now, that's what he looks like. He just looks like a guy, and that's really sad. And I think that the Spurs has done a really good job of making sure that you get those extra years out of players and you slow down the process a little bit. And I think the Spurs would have took any fine on the chin and made sure that he was okay regardless, So, it's really unfortunate what happened there, but there was no preventing that at all, right? And you didn't even know what Kawhi was thinking. Like, nobody on the team knew what Kawhi was thinking. It kind of came out of nowhere from everybody. So there's that. And also, I think that a lot of people, they're just not accustomed to having somebody that's a celebrity, because that's what Wemby is now. He's a celebrity. He is going to be somebody that is like LeBron, that is like Michael Jordan, that is bigger than life. And, it's just going to be one of those situations where you're going to have to deal with that. He's going to be on commercials, right? There's going to be a movie, I'm sure. God, I don't want it to be Space Jam. Space Jam sucks, all right? Space Jam really sucks. Space Jam 2 was just, oh my God. Just product placement. My God, dude, what was that? Look at all these properties we have. Ugh, disgusting. Terrible movie. Terrible film. I don't care what anyone says. That was gross. That was awful. But he's going to be in movies here and there. He's going to do guest appearances. It's just going to come with the territory. But basketball will come first and foremost, just from how he kind of comes across and head being on his shoulders and everything. But yeah, I think that a lot of people are worried about that, but it is what it is, right? But it's going to be okay. It's going to just take time. It's not a process that is over within a year or two. I do expect the Spurs to be a play-in team. I will be very disappointed if they're not a play-in team come next season. Because it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong, but I do think that they're going to make a smart move in the draft, and they'll make some moves outside of that. And I'm not one to say you can't criticize your franchise, but guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm a Cowboys fan. All right. I know what a terrible franchise looks like. And Kawhi, and the San Antonio Spurs are not that. All right. They are not a bad franchise by any means. They make a lot of good decisions. So I fully trust them. They're very competent. I'm not worried whatsoever going forward. Now, if they have some slip ups, we'll call it out. But I don't know. I feel like as a fan base, we're in good hands. I think, compared to other fan bases, I think they would envy being on this side of things right now. So we're going to be totally fine. Also, a side note. All right. This is completely a side note. Just really quick. This is why I hate bringing this type of stuff up, right? I saw some people, oh my gosh, don't you mess with that. Oh goodness, she's eating it again. Okay, so I saw some people say, Clan, you don't know what you're talking about. It was about the video with about Trae Young and coming to the Spurs, DeJounte Murray and all that. And I mentioned in it that, yes, I do have like sources, and people do not believe that. And that's fine. I don't have a reason to lie about it. But this happens all the time, man. Where I'll bring something up that I'm pretty confident about, that I'm like, oh yes, I heard this, that, and the third, or, sometimes I'm pretty vague about it because you can't just blatantly say it. But yeah, when I'm very adamant about what I think is going to happen, it's usually I have some type of, oh my gosh, she's knocking stuff down. What are you doing? Just jump off. There we go. Oh my goodness. Good God, man. But yeah, when I'm pretty adamant about something, it's usually because I truly do have a source to it. It's the same thing with the Kawhi Leonard situation, right? I remember when I posted about that, and this is before anybody knew anything, and I said, oh yeah, I had a source that said this, that, and third, very close to the team, like ridiculously close to the team. And I know the instant question is, why would they come to you? Dude, there's a little bit of pull. Okay, there's a little bit of pull when it comes to running a channel for a team, like a little bit. All right, I'm not special. Nobody's special. Plenty of people can have sources, right? I saw somebody trying to call out Ty Yeager and saying Ty Yeager says he has, but Ty Yeager does have sources. Okay, you do. Sources aren't like some secret agent that's within the team. Like, it literally could be I'm not saying this is what it is, but it could literally be a coach and then the cousin of that coach or the brother of that, that literally happened. So people can have sources. So I just want to say, I brought stuff up before with the whole Kawhi thing. Everybody was like, oh, that's wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. And it was true. And it's the same thing with this. I don't think that the Spurs necessarily like are going to get Trae. Like there's 100% chance they get Trae Young. But I do, based on what I've heard, I do believe that they're gonna at least pursue it. So, and I don't think that's a crazy. Even if I had no information on it, I don't think that's a crazy take to even predict. So, anyways, sorry. I know I blabbed a lot right there. It just kind of bothers me when I'm called a liar when I have no reason to lie. I've been very honest about everything. So, I mean, about my thoughts on things, whether it gives me heat or not. Like I have no reason to lie. So don't attack my integrity like that, man. I'm not lying to you. Anyways, I will get with you guys later. Until next time, bye.